You're listening to the Inverted Creative Podcast. I'm Allison.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Jen.
Y'all really kind of missed it like right before we started recording, but I fully fell on my kneecap and like shook the entire house just trying to show off my cat.
I looked away for a second. The noise was real. Like I had to jump back up. I'm like, what the actual heck happened? And you're gone and you're just yelling in pain.
Yeah.
Get it together, Allison.
I know.
I was late.
This is 2 days after I slipped on ice and also fell and hit my arm on my car. I'm doing great this week, guys. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's been a little bit. I know some of us were feeling under the weather. January is just a boring time. Let's be honest. There's nothing to do if you don't live in Florida or California, or Australia.
And we got like a foot of snow here in Cincinnati. It's been a struggle lately.
We love snow. Snow is the best.
No.
Yes.
I hate it. No. You can take it. I don't want it here anymore.
You know, one time I got a snow ride on Vapor Trail. This is going to be my new thing of the podcast. I'm going to see if I can mention my snow ride on Vapor Trail at every single episode.
Good luck in July.
It's been like 4 episodes deep that I've mentioned it.
Well, it better snow when we go there in March.
Oh, it better snow. Then we can all get snow rides on Vapor Trail.
Or you just need to fully reenact your snow ride on Vapor Trail while we ride.
Oh, I can. I'm gonna bring like fake snow onto it and just start throwing it.
Fantastic.
It'll be great.
I still have a snowflake from All Too Well from Hamburg, so I'll just bring that.
Oh no! Don't waste that on Vapor
No,
Trail.
I never would.
Well, we have a guest joining us today. We have our 4th chair who confirmed joining us about an hour ago because we didn't record last week and he's available this week now. Hi, Alex.
Hi, how's it going, everyone? Thanks for having me on.
Well, yeah, I think you're like our most faithful listener. Literally 2 hours after the podcast records and you're sending me trivia answers or podcast posts, whatever. And you send me the trivia answers.
Yeah, I usually get notes like literally at like 6:05, and I'm like, bro, it dropped 5 minutes ago. You already got notes.
Just knowing who I am and how my brain works, if I don't answer the trivia question as soon as I listen, it's never getting answered. Hence, what's happened this week and why I won't be answering the trivia question this week because I forgot to do it.
You tried.
Well, you are traveling, to be fair. Now, so here's the thing. If you do know Alex, you probably think of him as like one of the nicer guys in this community, and that is true. But and I think him and I are similar to the fact that I try to be a nice guy. But when it comes to like trivia and competition, don't get in our way. Alex, he doesn't like losing too many things, especially when it comes to roller coaster trivia. Hence why he's been easily our number one correct answer so far.
It's a blessing and a curse for me. I'm uber competitive in just about everything I try to do. So fortunate that I can be somewhat successful at coaster trivia and always going to give it my best.
Hey, I respect it. You know, when you root for such a mediocre football team, you got to be competitive elsewhere, right?
Go Birds!
We're not gonna talk about the team in blue this episode. Just make me sad.
That'll make you blue.
That would be the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
10 years of nothing.
Hey, we got all the banners in our stadium. What can I say?
Yeah, 2014 AFC finalists, baby. Best banner in the NFL.
Hey, my favorite one is the 2006 AFC champion and Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, when you beat the 8th greatest Patriots team of all time.
Oh
yeah,
anyway, guys, there's the sports talk for the day.
We are not a sports podcast.
Go Birds!
Oh, geez. Well, Alex is a particularly, I really cannot talk, fitting guest to have on this episode. We are talking about culinary experiences at parks this episode. And Alex here is known as Rides and Bites. you want to kind of go into the spiel about yourself, tell the
Yeah,
world.
so funny enough, growing up going to parks, we were definitely the family that actually would pack a cooler with all of our sandwiches because we don't want to pay for park food. Because I always understood park food as kind of this gross, greasy food that you didn't really want to eat that was overpriced. And it was always just, we always thought of it as like a waste of money to just kind of buy food at a park. And as I got older and went to more parks that weren't just the Cedar Points and the Kings Islands and the Six Flags. It was more, oh, I'm at a Disney park. I'm not just here to ride roller coasters. The food's actually part of the experience. And it kind of opened my eyes to the culinary experience being a part of parks. And then they kind of went back to Cedar Point and Kings Island as they invested more into their restaurants and had some more creative offerings, and thought, wow, this is actually a lot better than I remembered it being growing up. So my idea sparked. There's a mixed bag at a lot of these parks on what food's good, what food's not so good. Um, it's not really just a black and white interpretation of this food is good or bad, because some people like, greasier classic theme park meal. Some people might want a healthier, lighter option, with some actual vegetables and fruit, and not feel blah at 2 p.m. on a 90-degree day. So my channel is basically just trying to give people an insight on what can they expect from each particular meal at a restaurant that I try. So my goal is to kind of try a bunch of the meals so you don't necessarily have to, and give you all my interpretation on how I experience it.
I like it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's unique. I feel like there isn't too many food review, accounts as far as, theme park community goes.
And I feel like most of it's concentrated at Disney and Universal, which there's going to be a lot of that coming up. Just because
Disney
they do.
Universal, you get like 100 offshoots of like every topic known to man. So it's good to have a variety of amusement parks around the country.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I was definitely trying to think of like experiences to talk about that are not just Disney.
Yeah, I think it's also hard too, though, because I feel like outside of Disney, culinary good food is like a newer aspect to like Six Flags, Great Adventure, Six Flags, Cedar Fair. Like it's just a newer concept for a lot of those parks. I think. Like I think a lot of them were just getting by with whatever food that they served. Where Disney, I think that they were really ahead of the ball game for that one. So I think that also the market has just been around longer for that type of media.
And I think Epcot, which we're going to be talking about Epcot probably quite frequently in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they were really the ones that were like, hey, we have technically 11 different cuisines here, where that like I feel like one of the first parks to like basically say, hey, you can come here and not go on any ride and still have a good time because we have all this amazing food.
Yeah.
And still to this day, even me included, sometimes I'm like, I don't. Well, now that it's Guardians, it's hard to not ride Guardians. But before Guardians, it's like I don't need to ride anything at Epcot. I just want to go to this restaurant.
Yeah, to me that's so important, because if you look at rides, there's a certain parameter you have to fit to go on. Even like the slow moving classic dark ride, you still have to be able to go sit on the seat and want to go experience the dark ride. But all of us have the basic need of wanting to go eat. So I think that restaurant experience, especially at Disney, where they're so good at having an inclusive food offering and making sure things are allergy free, gluten free, whatever your food accommodations need to be. It's just such an inclusive experience for truly the whole family, that everyone can really participate in that meal together and have that experience.
Before we get too deep into this culinary conversation, do a few other items of business to take care of. Yeah, we're so businessy. Trivia.
Yes, I know it's been a while, guys. But we did have a trivia at the end of last episode. That was the one with Laurel, right? I'm not going crazy.
Yep, that was Laurel.
That was a long time ago. Holy crap. Well, we love Laurel. And I asked a question about her involving her beloved Magnum XL 200. And that was how many roller coasters in the history of Ohio have been taller than Magnum? And I believe I've double checked it a few times. I believe that answer is 7. At Cedar Point, we have Millennium Force, Top Thrill 2, which I did only count as once, Valraven, and Wicked Twister, the defunct one there, was over 205. And then at Kings Island, we have Diamondback, Orion, and Son of Beast, which some people may have forgotten about. Now, I did word it and I said, which roller coasters are taller than Magnum? Steel Vengeance is the same height as Magnum at 205. However, if you believe the rumors that Magnum is sinking, maybe Steel Vengeance is taller now. And if you said 8, give yourself a half a point.
Give it a few years, and then Steel Vengeance will be good.
Yeah, technically, most of them will probably be taller than Magnum in a few years. We love that girl's sinking.
So, congratulations to Tim, Lom Lom Lom, and we think Mike
I
with
think
the
he
mullet
literally came
verbally.
up to me at work and gave me the answer, but I don't recall. He never actually messages it, but he
He
doesn't have
texts me
to.
sometimes, like a
That's
week
true.
later.
Or to clarify something. He might have texted you. I feel like he said
I
something
think
about
he
that.
did. Yeah.
Well, we're good at this. Anyway, hi Mike.
Mike says hi from the background.
Nah, he's 2 floors down and can't hear a thing. Well, none of us 3 have done any trips recently. That'll change soon. But Alex definitely just came back from a trip. If you want to give a quick little trip report, because your life
Yeah,
is more exciting than ours right now.
so I spent pretty much the past week in Southern California. So first and foremost, while I was in Southern California, fortunately the wildfires took place. If want to extend a heartfelt wishing everyone that's down there well, and hope you all are safe. And if you all lost loved ones or have loved ones that are experiencing property damage or anything else associated with wildfires, we are wishing you nothing but the best and speedy recoveries. Um, but with the trip, it was a really good trip. Um, I went to Knott's Berry Farm, Magic Mountain, and the 2 Disney parks, SeaWorld, and Belmont Park. So had a good variety of parks. Um, the elephant in the room is the X2 did not operate, unfortunately, with those strong Santa Ana winds. X2 is prone to valleying in strong wind conditions, so did not run once while we were there. So that was a
That's so
huge
disappointing.
bummer. With that being said, still had a really good time at Magic Mountain. One of the most beautiful parks, just with natural scenery I've ever been to. Tatsu and Twisted Colossus are both really good roller coasters. Um, really just beautiful walking around that park, and definitely my favorite Six Flags park out of the ones I've been to so far. I actually had a really good meal there that I'll probably talk about later. And then there's also, if you like going to restaurants just outside of parks, there's the there's a diner that makes really large breakfast food. So I know they have the Guinness World Record for the world's largest omelets. That's right across from the park. So
I did
if
not know that.
if you are
Big
going to Magic
omelets,
Mountain and want a heavy breakfast, go ahead and stop there. Um, so that's Magic Mountain. Um, we'll go ahead and talk about Knott's. Knott's, I had high expectations for, and they really were exceeded. It might be my new favorite Cedar Fair park, actually.
I thought you were gonna say like, "Oh, it let me down." I'm like, wow,
No, I
that's
think
good
it's
to
my
hear.
new favorite Cedar Fair park. Uh,
Okay,
respectable.
a little bit of a hot take there, but I kind of like it. Respectable.
I really like. To me, it feels true, like the true blend of the typical Cedar Fair park blended with like a Disney park,
That's
because
yeah,
you
absolutely.
have the Disney like culinary experiences, you have the themed areas, and not just Ghost Town, but you walk around the boardwalk, Fiesta Village. They all feel like really well done, cohesive themed areas. Um, they have not going to spend too much time talking about Ghost Rider, but Ghost Rider is really, really, really good. Um, if you want to know where it ranks on my roller coaster list, go check out my channel in about 2 weeks. Um,
He's already started the list, by the way, so you can do
yeah,
the math.
but yeah, Knott's is really awesome. And then the Disney parks, obviously a very, very different experience from Magic Mountain and even Knott's. For one thing, it blew my mind how much smaller Disneyland was compared to Magic Kingdom. It was nice actually being able to walk across the park and not have my legs feel like they're about ready to fall off my body.
Was that your first time there?
Yes, it was. It was my
What
first
was
time
your
in the area in general.
Okay, what was your reaction to the castle? That's always like my favorite.
It's obviously small, but I like the detail in the castle. And I feel like some of those details aren't in the Magic Kingdom one. And I like that it wraps around the Fantasyland area. So I
Yeah.
feel like just how it's kind of encompassed in that area. Honestly, I kind of like it a little bit better.
Yeah, I love their castle, but I'll never forget the first time I walked in. I like walk into Main Street and I'm crying, and the moment that I rounded that corner, I just like lost it. I laughed so hard. I was like, I can't believe I'm crying for this little itty bitty castle.
And then just like how close like the Adventureland and the Frontierland are to each other, and it just
Yeah.
feels like everything's so smushed together. But honestly, the first of all, Adventureland so much better than the Adventureland at Magic Kingdom. The freaking pirates.
Oh, their pirates is unmatched.
It's actually like I feel like the Magic Kingdom one, just because it's bits and pieces of the Disneyland one. Obviously, I know the story of pirates because I'm a big Pirates fan. But you can actually go on the Disneyland ride and actually understand the cohesive story. Where I feel
Yeah.
like you lose that on the Magic Kingdom one a little bit.
Yeah, you could tell that the Magic Kingdom one was like a very last minute rushed project as opposed to um actually like thought out and original.
Um, let's see where else. Oh, the Space Mountain at Disneyland. So much better than the Magic Kingdom one.
I've
The
never been on it, but that's wrong.
the lighting effect when you're going up the lift hill is so trippy, and the onboard audio, one of the best onboard, probably my favorite onboard audio track of all time. And yes, you don't get the airtime and the crazy lateral moments, but just because you're going constantly going down the entire time and not going up, down, you just feel like you're going so fast through the layout. And I feel like I don't have to go to a chiropractor after I ride that Space Mountain. So good.
That's why I like my Space Mountain personally. But I digress. I still it's still so absurd that I have the Disney history that I do. Over 500 roller coasters, been to Tokyo and Paris, and I still have never been to Disneyland. And I'm now the only person on this podcast right now that has not been to Disneyland. That's so bad.
We're gonna have to change that eventually.
Yeah, someday. It's out this year, but hopefully soon.
Yeah. But yeah, so long story short, Disneyland's awesome. The DCA side, I definitely understood the flaws I heard about going into it. There's some nice areas, but you can definitely tell that a lot of the areas were band-aids for mistakes that they had made in the original park designs. Radiator Springs, really awesome land, one of the best immersive areas in a Disney park ever. Radiator Springs Racers is a really good Dark ride, obviously. Um, really good food in DCA as well. I really like the national park area around the Grizzly Peak. Um, honestly, one of my least favorite parts of the park was and it pains me because I love the IP, was the Guardians of the Galaxy. Because I love Tower of Terror, I love Guardians. Just felt so wrong.
I loved that Guardians aspect actually.
I just love
It's
it just felt so wrong to be writing Tower of Terror, but with Guardians IP.
So I think what got me about it is like the losing the like beginning half of Tower of Terror where you get the story being told and then you go into the drop sequence. Like I feel like if we got that with the Guardians attraction, I might like it more, but I think that what gets me with that one is like the stop and go of the attraction that they have to do. Um and it just feels like it I don't know. Everything about that attraction just feels like very difficult and out of
I
place.
think no matter, because I thought it was like if I had never been to Hollywood Studios, I probably would have really liked the attraction. But just the fact that I'm writing Tower of Terror and it's not Tower of Terror, it just felt so wrong to me.
Yeah, it's
But
tough.
yeah, um, definitely a mixed bag of DCA. A lot of really strong parts of it, obviously, but a lot of parts that hopefully when they keep investing in the park, it's going to keep getting better. But yeah, overall, I really like the Disneyland Resort. I did notice it felt a lot more laid back than the Disney World Resort, and for that, like I felt so much less stressed out at Disneyland than I did at Disney World. So I really like that aspect, but obviously Disney World is just so much bigger. There's so much more to do. So I guess it just depends on what kind of vibe you're looking for. If that makes sense on which one I want to go to.
I've heard that from a lot of people. Disneyland's a lot less stressful, and we got that in Tokyo as well. I think Disney World's just its own beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the vibe is completely different. That's part of the reason I like Disneyland so much more than Disney World Resort.
I think I lean that way too. And I like also I like that they actually have a downtown Disney in the middle of Disney rather than Disney Springs just being cast over to the side and not near any of the parks really.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, lastly, SeaWorld San Diego. I'm not a huge SeaWorld park person in general, but really liked Emperor. Really liked Manta. The other two, Journey to Atlantis was closed for maintenance while we were there. The other two rides or whatever. I did hit my 300th credit on Arctic Rescue.
Woo.
I was wondering what the milestone was. Oh,
So I was going to make
could
it
be worse.
Emperor, but it was not open till 11 in SeaWorld fashion. So I wasn't
Classic.
just going to sit around and
Yeah, that's fair.
wait. So, typical SeaWorld shenanigans. Um, we wanted to order like this ice cream float, but they were out of whatever they had. So we ended up not even doing it. Typical SeaWorld stuff. So we left. We ended up going to Belmont Park. We actually had a really good meal at Belmont Park. Rode Giant Dipper. Really fun historic ride. Then we ended up just chilling out at the boardwalk and people watching for about 2.5 hours and just having to chill after all the weeks worth of parks and having a good relax before we got on a plane.
Very nice. Well, on the next two, it seems like everything else went off without a hitch for the most part. So that's the good with the bad, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I'll just
Then,
have to go back.
like I know when Allison and I went, obviously we did get X2, but then we also had like Accelerator was closed, Goliath was closed, Riddler Revenge was closed, Viper was closed.
Yeah, I had been to
Yeah.
Magic Mountain before, so I had all
Oh,
those,
that's true. You did.
but Accelerator was a huge miss.
Yeah.
Like I would go back to SoCal just for Accelerator, and then
Accelerator.
inevitably it'd be down when I'm there. But you know,
Yeah. I ended up missing a few more Magic Mountain too, but
It's a hard one to get unless you're there for 3 days, because I feel like very rarely everything is open.
I think I missed like Apocalypse, Goliath, obviously Superman.
Yeah, well,
And
everyone might be missing Superman if rumors are true.
yeah, I think that honestly, I think those are the only ones I missed though. Obviously, the Kitty card and I'm too large to ride.
Nah, Magic Flyer. That was my April
Actually,
Fool's Day video.
yeah, that was a good video. I love that one.
All right, we should get probably into the topic of the day, the culinary arts of the theme park world. I see Allison here has one of her famous USA Today lists that we can roast, which is honestly turning into one of my favorite things about this podcast.
Noted. I'll make sure to keep doing that for these.
Listen, I love GP lists because
Yeah.
I know, like I love these lists so much, but I'm not gonna lie, this is making me rage a little bit. I'm raging.
They got a couple decent ones,
I was
but
gonna say I'm looking at it right now, not awful.
I've seen worse.
So
The order's a little weird, but
yeah,
I honestly think like 99% of the time, whenever any GP ranks Disney World anything, like I'm just gonna rage.
oh
Like
yeah, it's great.
I'm just gonna rage. Everything that the GP has to say about the food at Disney World is just not good.
yeah. Well, going through this list real quick so Bryant can roast it as we go. USA Today's "Don't Miss the Top-Notch Food at These 10 Theme Park Restaurants" article that I found during a lovely Google search. And this was posted in May 2024, so take that as you will. Number 10, they had Le Cellier at Epcot. That's Canada one?
Yeah, that's the one at Canada, which my parents said I went to when I was like 6. I have no memory of it. I definitely haven't been back since. I think that's one of the hardest reservations to get in the whole property.
It is. It's like so. It's so hyped up. It's so hyped up, which is why it ends up being so hard to get.
It's a steakhouse, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah, it is a steakhouse, and you're supposed to be able to get this like very good soup there and steak. But this is my raging one, guys. Honestly, the rest of it's not that bad, but this is my raging opinion. Do not go to La Cellier. Don't fight for that reservation. This is like the worst steakhouse on Disney property.
Woo. Go to Yachtsman instead, but I'll talk about that one later.
Or Flying Fish. Get a steak at the Flying Fish. That's the best steak on Disney property. Thank you.
Okay. I had a good steak. It's the restaurant at Port Orleans or Riverside. I forget which one. I forgot the name of it's called. It was really good though. I want to look it up now.
Rick's?
No,
that's Coronado. That was
find it.
I've literally stayed there and I can't think of it. I want to say like.
Also, I've heard good things about the new Steakhouse 71 as well.
I haven't been to that one yet.
Boat Rights. Boat Rights.
That's I was right. Look at
there
me.
we go. Yeah.
Also, Boat House has a great steak. Don't go to La Cellier. You can get the soup at the festival stands. Okay. All right. That's my rant. We can continue with the list.
Jen hates Canada. Confirmed.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 9 and 8 are where I quite disagree with this list. Should not even be anywhere near this list. Number 9, they have Trapper Smokehouse at BGW, and then number 8 is Zambia Smokehouse at BGT.
Trapper Smokehouse is pretty good.
Zambia's gone just downhill.
I've never had that one.
Quickly.
I've had 2 meals at Zambia. First time I went, I wasn't impressed at all. The brisket was pretty dry. Second time I went in November, though, I actually had pretty good brisket, but I feel like also a lot of the chain parks have a smokehouse type restaurant. And
yeah.
I feel like to be on this list, you have to be one of the best, and it's just not.
My favorite thing about Zambia is that being under Sheikra and just getting to watch Sheikra. But I don't know how to pronounce this one. Jen will
Satuli!
Okay, yep. Satuli Canteen in Animal Kingdom.
All right, this is where I'm going to rage the other way. Santuli Cantina is the best food at any theme park ever. It's so good.
That's the one in Pandora, right?
Yes,
Yeah, it's very,
the
very good.
theming is fantastic.
Yes.
The food is fantastic. Like the immersion into the theming of the everything. That is what a theme park food should be. All right. Now you guys gotta rage both ways. Ahsoka's getting in on it too.
Everyone's
Say
hyped.
fully cantina or canteen.
All right. To go from that one to number 6, Das Fest House at BGW.
No, what are we doing here?
No.
Who goes there for food?
Whoever
Go there for the beer
answer.
Yeah, I've only been there for alcohol.
or the show.
Or just shade in
But they
general.
just have like pizza and maybe some, I don't know, bratwurst.
Number 5, they list Grain and Grill at King's Dominion, which I actually have been to.
That's accurate. Yeah, that's really good.
I do like their food.
It's
Ironically, I've been to that, but I have
good,
not.
but I don't know if it's make this list worthy, mate.
I'd put it at 9 or 10,
Yeah,
not at 5.
I do appreciate that it's actually a lighter fare at a park.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I'll go to the one that's 20 minutes from me, but we'll see. Number 4, back to Animal Kingdom, we have Yak and Yeti, which have not
Pretty
been there.
good. Yeah.
I've only eaten their quick service, but I do like it a lot.
Definitely flip flop that one with Satuli.
Yeah. I literally at Animal Kingdom, I think I've only eaten at like Pizzasaurus. So
Oh my gosh, Animal Kingdom has the best theme park food
Pizzasaurus.
to
I have not
ever
been there
exist, and
recently,
you chose Pizzasaurus?
This is the Flame Tree Barbecue. That's pretty good too.
Yeah, literally anything at Animal Kingdom is
Pizzasaurus.
fantastic. Anything. The stands that you eat at, oh my gosh, anything at that park. And you picked Pizzasaurus?
no,
Oh my
for the next
god.
time I go there in 12
That's
weeks.
like going to a 5-star restaurant and ordering the chicken fingers.
Yeah, literally.
I literally don't remember the last time I went to Animal Kingdom, okay?
Did you just say Woodley?
Literally. Number 3, they have Aunt Granny's restaurant at Dollywood, which
Never been.
I don't think I've been there.
I just eat cinnamon bread.
Yeah, honestly,
Yes,
though,
but-
why is it not number
I don't
1?
know if I've ever spent the time at Dollywood to have a full sit-down meal, but I've had their quick service, and if it's like their quick service food, I'm sure it's pretty good. Again, I don't know if it's number 3 worthy on this list, but it's
Yeah.
probably pretty good.
Number 2 is one I absolutely agree with. Chocolatier at Hershey Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chocolate barbecue wings alone give them that spot.
Ooh, the mac and cheese too.
Oh my god!
I had one of the best burgers of my life there. That being said, that was after a visit to Trogs and also a chocolate martini. Jen was there. In fact, I was wearing this Batman shirt that I'm wearing currently. That was a fun. That was the Dark Knight's debut. That was fun.
Yeah, that was also when I got Bryant a little liquored up so he would ride a kiddie coaster with me.
Oh, we both needed that credit. I was down for that from the beginning.
Y'all need liquor for that?
No, there's just a very funny picture of us on that thing.
There's a very funny picture of us.
You'll have to share that with me.
Yeah.
All right, number 1 on the USA Today list is the Alamo at Knoebels.
What?
I don't know.
I mean, Knoebels has good food. It just
I had the pierogies there.
it's cheap food. I mean, theme park prices anyway.
And
They're all passable. They're all really good, but I do think overall Knoebels food is it's great, but not
it's
like
awesome. Like if you want fair food, awesome.
Yeah.
But I also think just looking at this list, and the problem with making a list like this in general is you're comparing apples to oranges when you're comparing the Alamo to Yak and Yeti or like even Les Cellier. Like
I didn't even know they had one specific spot. I thought it was just all these tiny little booths that you can get food at Knoebels.
So apparently, I just looked up the Alamo because I'm like, I have no idea what this is. This is a full sit-down restaurant at Knoebels. I did not know this even existed.
Where?
I do not know. And they have a huge menu. Seafood, Italian specialties, salads, hot sandwiches, wraps. Like, it is a huge menu. I did not even know that this existed. There's also a bar and grill. I had no idea. I've only ever eaten at all of the stands exactly what you're saying. No idea that this
And I've
existed.
been to Knoebels like 4 times, and I still am like, where is this thing?
I spent a grand total of like 3 hours at Knoebels in my life, so
Oh my
not
gosh,
really
I love,
confirm.
I think
I
I
love
remember seeing the Alamo, but I don't necessarily remember it being.
You don't remember the Alamo?
Apparently, I don't remember the Pennsylvania Alamo.
Apparently, none of us do. Shame on us.
Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing like a sit down restaurant at Knoebels, but that's what this says. It's a full dine-in restaurant.
Well, yeah, we all learned something today.
Guess we'll have to check it out the next time we all go to Knoebels
Yeah, it looks like it.
Just for the podcast and just come back and record just
for
about that.
science.
Yeah, we're gonna put out like a mini episode about the Alamo.
We remembered. All right. Well, now that we got through that list, that Bryant did not roast quite as much as I expected.
It's not the worst list. The order is weird, but like,
It's kind
and
of funny.
shockingly, I've actually eaten at a lot of these places. There have definitely been worse lists, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, getting into more of it, like when I think about like creativity in like culinary, it's not just about food. Like the food is super important, obviously. When you go to a park and you spend money and time to eat, you want it to be good. But there's so much more that you can do with that to make it a creative experience. And that's kind of why I wanted to do a deep dive on culinary, talking about like just that immersion and like theming and just unique things that parks can do with food to really elevate that experience. Um, so I kind of have a section for just like our personal favorites in terms of like food and experiences. I know I
Yeah,
have.
just to expand on that too, like I think culinary makes a huge, especially with like a themed park, I think that it makes a huge difference in your immersion into it as
Mhm.
well. Because if you're in like a full immersive Star Wars land and you just see a random Italian like pizza place, it completely destroys the experience and the immersion. So you have to see places get extremely creative, like the Ronto wraps and the different popcorns that they offer in that land. Like that's a perfect example of them taking culinary, being creative with it, and immersing you further into the land and the experience.
Like a lot of my like fondest memories too at theme parks are just like really cool dining experiences, especially like sharing that with a group of friends when you go to a park with a bunch of people and just like tasting everybody's food and just experiencing all with everyone. It's a lot of fun.
I agree.
So I put a spot on here for everyone to add notes about restaurants, and I'm the only one. I have what 7 lines of things right here. Well,
I thought of some more, so I got some more ready.
I was gonna say you have like 3 words in there that will equate to a whole lot more talking.
Don't worry.
So some of my personal favorites, starting with Disney, just because obviously Disney is very well known for their high level of restaurant experiences, and these are just a few of the ones I've done. At Epcot, love Tepanito, love doing the hibachi and getting their filet mignon, so good. And I've had like the green tea cake or something like that there. I don't know, it was really good.
Alex and I just did that for the first time a couple months ago.
Yeah, that
It was
was absolutely
phenomenal.
incredible.
Yeah.
Also, the violet sake is.
Did not have the sake. I know
No, we
other
did have the sake.
I think other people did with us. And then I probably don't know how to pronounce it, but Akershus in Norway.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Did I actually get it?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I went there like the day after having a migraine where I ate nothing, and then we went and did the breakfast buffet, and whatever like casserole they had there with like sour cream in it. I don't know what it was exactly, but top tier. And then princesses. I love princesses. Um, Yachtsman Steakhouse. First off, I adore Yacht Club as a hotel in general. Um, and we did a big old splurgy splurge when we did Yachtsman and like dressed up and did valet dining and then went and splurged on this 200 something dollar dinner that we had. Um, Phenomenal though. I think they're known for their the
Please
truffle.
tell me you're about to say the garlic.
Okay, oh my god, the roasted garlic that you literally just like spread the roasted garlic on the bread. Oh my god.
The
And
roasted garlic is the best thing I've ever
no,
eaten in my life.
the truffle mac and cheese.
Okay.
was really good too. Um, so going away from Disney now, I have a soft spot for Grand Pavilion at Cedar Point. Because first of all, I can get steak and lobster bisque on the dining plan, and I went there one weekend and literally had steak and lobster bisque for 4 meals because I could. And then also just being right on the water, especially like at sunset, is really really nice. Minus all the bugs there. That was the one downside about Grand Pavilion. Outside, there's a ton of bugs. Um, I put Christmas desserts at Silver Dollar City. It was like they had some like warm apple dumpling ice cream thing with like caramel, and it was so good. I was planning to just like eat it on the way to probably go an outlaw run or something, and I'm like, I need to stop and enjoy this and sit down because it was so good. Highly recommend that. Um, I have a lot of food experiences. I'm sorry. Um, at Fantasyland in the Chinese place, there was some noodle place, and for the life of me, I cannot find it. Again, I looked for it when I went back, but it was like some Chinese noodle place where it had coconut chicken, and I don't even like coconut, but it was absolutely incredible. Um, Twosome Chocolate Emporium at City Walk in Orlando was probably one of my best theme park meals I've ever had in terms of character experience and just the whole vibes there. And then I had avocado bruschetta that I would go back and order in a heartbeat. And then two really small ones. I had really good garlic fries at randomly at Six Flags Fiesta Texas when it was like 100 degrees out, and it was one of the greatest things I ever ate in that moment. And that is the only good thing I will say about Six Flags food. And then hot butter beer. And those are just some of the things that I thought
Love it.
when
Holy crap.
I know. I really like food and dining experiences at parks.
I mean, who doesn't? Well, I'll get to the negative. Let's start with my positives first. And I feel like since I grew up there, not literally, but actually, um, at World Showcase, I just want to kind of do a wrap around the lagoon about my favorite places there. Despite being from New England, we do seafood very well. I love the fish and chips at Rose and Crown. It's phenomenal. I don't know how where they get it from. It's Florida, not known for seafood. They do it really well there. Speaking of New England, I also love pizza, and I'm snobby about pizza. Via Napoli, fantastic. Italian Pavilion, top notch. I enjoy the what the beer garden at Germany, like kind of the family style buffet. The schnitzel there, fantastic. Not as good as the schnitzel in actual Germany, but still really good. And then for dessert, you gotta go to the patisserie in France. Holy bleep! Oh, so many. I gained 10 pounds there every visit to Disney. It's so good. Outside of Epcot, for brunch, I'm a very big brunch person. Boma at the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
I love Boma.
Oh,
Hog juice.
oh,
Breakfast and dinner.
amazing. And
Give
speaking
me
of that immersion, obviously it's well themed in there as well. Good lord, it's so freaking good.
give me
Yeah, that
all the
one's on my
details.
list as well.
Yeah.
Give me
Oh my
all the
gosh.
hog juice.
And then I mean, I made a. I don't eat outside of like Disney Universal. I actually don't eat at parks all that much. I am cheap. I very rarely get a meal plan. I would much rather get a hotel with a free breakfast, kind of pig out there, and then go 7 8 hours, and then have a really big dinner at after the park closes. And a large part of that is that my home park is Six Flags New England, and Six Flags in general, they suck at food, and I don't want to spend 15, 20, $25 on crap food that's going to make me feel sick in about an hour. I'm hoping one of the benefits of this merger is that they adopt some of the Cedar Fair strategy when it comes to food, like we mentioned with like Grain and Grill at King's Dominion. Um, but yeah, no, Six Flags is just it takes away from the experience a little bit because it's like
Yeah, I
you're
agree.
starving, and it's like, okay, I guess I'll have chicken fingers and fries or pizza. That's just a 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10 on the flavor scale.
And then it's just
And it
wildly expensive.
insane. So yeah, that's like my little Six Flags rant. They suck. Some other highlights though of my life. I actually had this with Alex. I've had it multiple times. Holiday World has this awesome Thanksgiving bowl, which is really really good. It's like gravy, mashed potatoes, turkey. It's like the whole Thanksgiving plate in one bowl. This actually brings up. We're going back to creative again. Um,
Good.
I brought up this proposed New Year's Day like land for Holiday World with like the drop tower ball drop. I've also said they should, if this land ever happens, have a restaurant called like New Year New Me, and it's just all healthy options. Because you know how that would fit perfectly with the holiday. Everyone's trying to get healthy.
I
So
like
yeah, I mean, obviously I mentioned Knoebels. Knoebels has good food. The Hershey Parks, Dollywood, Silver Dollar City, the cinnamon bread, all day. Tokyo Disney Sea had some really good buffet places to eat. I don't remember the names at all, but they were all like good portion size, you know, healthy options. I want to say that was like the best food park that we had in Japan. But yeah, there we go. Disney for life when it comes to food.
I don't know. Now I think it's my turn to pop in here. What do we think, guys? Do we start with a hot take or are we
You're Jen from Talent at Dorney Park. Of course, you start with a hot take.
Okay, so my hot take, because of course we're gonna get into Epcot and the festivals. So everyone, when you talk about Epcot, so I love eating at the festivals at Epcot. That's probably my favorite way to eat at a Disney park. Um, Same with Animal Kingdom. There's a lot of little stands. You could get little snacky foods, try a lot of things. It's perfect. It's fantastic. Food and Wine is the worst festival at Epcot. The worst festival at Epcot, and
Okay,
all of the good food choices happen at Flower and Garden Festival. Okay, there is my hot take. Flower and
interesting.
Garden Festival has some of the best food that I've ever eaten in my life.
Now that I think about it, yeah, I have been to Flower and whatever festival it is. I already forgot the name. Yeah, there's some really good food there. I enjoy
Yeah,
it.
Flower and Garden Festival, I feel like they're way more creative with their food, so you're getting things that are like maybe a little different than what you would typically get. Whereas Food and Wine, I feel like they're just like, "Oh, we're walking through Canada. Here's a very basic Canadian meal." Um and they're not getting too creative. So, there's my hot take and my favorite festival at Epcot, guys. Um so, Flower and Garden Festival is definitely one of my favorite culinary experiences at any park. Um, I do also, because we're talking creatively, have to give a call out to um, Festival of the Arts. Festival of the Arts does not have nearly as many food booths or food options, but they have some really cool options and very unique. They have things like the deconstructed palette where they'll serve you like deconstructed meals in a very like beautiful setting. Um Very different, and they do a lot of things with colors. Like I know at one stand every year they do like a 3 deviled egg thing, and each one is a different type of deviled egg, and they're all different colors. Very cool. So I like eating at a festival because I like to see the food and see the presentation. Even though it's not like the best food. All right. So there was my hot take one. We started with a hot take. The rest of them, some have already gone mentioned, like Santuli's, Boma. I think Grand Pavilion was mentioned.
Yep.
Fantastic. Um, some of them were mentioned, so I'll come to a couple different ones I really love. Storybook Dining at Wilderness Lodge. That is up there for one of my favorite dining experiences at any theme park. It's themed beautifully. The whole entire restaurant's themed. It has princesses. Well, it has dwarfs, the evil queen, and Snow White. Um, but also the food is themed really well and picked out perfectly for the experience, which gives it huge points for me. Um, then you have to call out like Trader Sam's if anyone's been to Trader Sam's.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the best experiences. Not as much food. That one's definitely more the alcohol one. However, they do have pretty good food as well.
Pot stickers, they were really good.
They do have pot stickers, and they also have, the last time I was there, I think I got like maybe a like rice bowl that was absolutely fantastic, at least at the one at Disneyland. Disney World, though, you can, guys, fun fact, you can get Captain Cook's, which brings me to my next one, Captain Cook's at Polynesian. Fantastic food, highly recommend it. But you can bring Captain Cook's food into Trader Sam's as well. So
That's cool.
always good experience there. Um Flying Fish, already mentioned that one as well. One of the best steaks that I think that you can get on Disney property, or really any theme park at all, but also just everything on their menu is absolutely untouched. Um it is fantastic. And then I have to mention two at Europa Park that I really loved. Um Restaurant Seahorse. I'm sure that I butchered that. Um it is it has like a lot of just classic German food. Um you can get in there, and it's huge, nice sit down. It's in a beautiful location. You can overlook Josephine's.
Oh God.
So you could also get giant beers to bring to Josephine's from there, but also the food is
Mark it off on
absolutely
the bingo card, everyone. We got Snow Ride on Vapor Trail, Talon, and Josephina's.
Josephine's. We love
Josephine's.
her.
We do need to make a bingo card eventually.
It's gonna be great. And then my last one is, like I said, also Europa Park. The Food Loop restaurant at Europa Park. Have either of you or any of you guys heard about that
I've
restaurant?
heard about it. It
Oh
was
my gosh.
like someone told us that the food was not great, but it's worth like going in to just see how it all works.
So I liked the food, however, I can't eat gluten in the States anymore, and I was eating chicken nuggets, and the chicken nuggets were fantastic, but I also haven't had like actual chicken nuggets in so long. But I had chicken nuggets, and the French fries were really good, and the beer was good, so I didn't complain, and I thought it was just such a fun and unique experience. I had a really fun time at that restaurant.
We are less than 6 months away, folks, where I can finally talk about Europa Park officially.
Yes. And then he gets to have a beer on Josephine's.
If I don't, man,
If you don't get a beer on Josephine's, we're
over.
done. We're
The
not
fact that
friends
Done.
anymore.
I haven't
Podcast
even done
over.
that yet.
Yeah, I'm questioning our friendship every day. You remind me.
Well, we're there 2 days, so ample
Megan
opportunity.
will make sure. That's my girl. She'll keep you in check.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really didn't eat much at Europa. Like the only actual like meal that I remember having was at the Italian place. I had some kind of pizza. I think it was like a quattro formaggio pizza. But I did not get to eat at Europa as much.
I have one Europa question slash spoiler I'll allow. There is a Portugal land, isn't there? Am I making that up?
Maybe?
No. I
I
was going
don't
to ask if there was like a Portuguese eatery.
I don't.
Apparently, it wasn't memorable.
Missed
know.
opportunity for a Brazilian steakhouse there.
Oh, that would be.
Yeah, not the same as Portugal.
All right, well, okay.
I don't think they do. What the hell? Shame.
Gotcha.
For those that don't know, I'm 100% Portuguese, so I'm a little biased.
Is it bad that I actually did not know that?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that either.
Yeah, no, my dad's from there, and my grandmother on my mother's side is from there.
Today I learned.
Fun fact. The Azore Islands, specifically. They're actually, this is a very quick tangent. I saw this thing online where there's a theory that the today's Azorean Islands were once part of Atlantis. So I like to say that I'm from Atlantis now. Like that's my heritage. Anyway, I digress.
You need to take a journey there.
Yeah, I do need to take a journey there.
That is very fun. I do also have one more thing to add to my section before I pass on to Alex. This is coming from the gluten-free. But any of the listeners who also have gluten issues and eat gluten free, I have to give a real special shout out to any Disney property because I don't know what they do, and apparently they're like known for kind of gatekeeping their gluten secrets or non gluten secrets, but they have hands down the best gluten free bread, the best gluten free buns, like all of it. Disneyland, almost every morning we ate. Every morning we were at DCA, we ate at like Smoke Jumpers, I think it's called. They had this breakfast sandwich on this gluten free bread that you would never even know was gluten free. It was so good. Um, and then at Disneyland, they did a gluten free pizza like turnover thing. Um, that again, you would never know. It like rose like gluten dough, like everything about it. So, if you're gluten free, Disney World really, or Disney, any Disney property really knows how to handle no gluten, and their food is just like untouched. So,
Perfect.
I think that passes to Alex now.
Awesome. Well, I will get started by saying that part of the reason why I'm so passionate about the food side of parks is um, it's the side I really get to enjoy with my wife. Um, she goes on coasters and tolerates them and enjoys a lot of them, but she's by no means an enthusiast. So I appreciate her putting up with that side of me. But the part that she really enjoys is going to parks, and uh, we both really enjoy getting to share that food experience together. So I'm going to start off by saying some of my favorite moments are um, trying the Disney food that she always appreciated as a kid and remembers and having fond memories as a kid. So the two that come to mind for me are the pog juice you get at the various restaurants and the Dole Whip at Animal Kingdom, and I guess at other various Disney properties as well.
I do
Just the
love
joy
Dole Whip.
that I see on her face whenever we have either pog juice or Dole Whip, it makes me so happy.
Oh,
And one, it's not just the fact that like it's a childhood memory, but the fact that it's also validated by I get to try it as an adult and it's actually really, really good. And um, one of my favorite parts about going to Disney properties now, it's just really fun to have that experience with her. And then, secondly, some of the kind of the food experiences that we get to obsess over together. So just recently, we went, Allison and I, went on a mission to try every single different cold brew coffee on the Disneyland property. We were not successful. We forgot a few, but I think just the one Disney. I appreciate that Disney does not do the whole Starbucks. Um, we're gonna charge you double for the same Starbucks that you'd get 5 minutes from the park. We're gonna do our own coffee. We're gonna do our own spin on cold brew. We're gonna theme it where we can, and it's gonna be immersive. So getting that immersive coffee experience while also just getting to drink some really good coffee is one of my favorite parts about going to the Disney parks. Um, Another one we had was boysenberry. We we made it a mission to do all things boysenberry at Knott's.
as you should.
So they had a boysenberry churro sundae that was absolutely
Ooh,
phenomenal.
Ooh,
that sounds
So
good.
you get kind of that like greasy fried churro, and then you get like the sweetness and acidity of the boysenberry, and then the creaminess of the ice cream, and it all just kind of balances out really well. And such a really good balanced dessert. Um, Perfect for while you're waiting in line for that Ghost Rider night ride. Um, and then obviously the Mrs. Knott's chicken dinner.
yes.
You
Mm.
you get the full meal. You could probably split it with three people if you wanted to. You get the salad, which I appreciate, some greens. You get the chicken noodle soup, which is so good. You get the chicken. You get the boysenberry pie. It is
They have cornbread too, right? Am I making that up?
They're the biscuits. The
The
biscuits
biscuits, yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
jam.
Oh, that was good.
It's just great that they have so many different components of a meal rather than you're just, because I don't think many Cedar Fair parks have that true sit down meal where you get to indulge in so many courses, and it's also cool that that's the reason why the park exists. And
That got my trivia brain thinking. Is Knott's Berry Farm the only park in the world with food in its title? Go research that fact, guys.
Hmm.
It might be.
do you consider Hershey food?
No, it's a company. It'd have to be Hershey Kiss Park for me to count that.
Hershey Chocolate Park.
But yeah, everything. Also, the Knott's Berry Punch on our drink plan, we probably had at least. I probably want to say I wouldn't be surprised if we had over 10 Knott's Berry Punches while we were there on our drink plan. I just love any park that has like some sort of signature identity that involves food. Another one, the Kings Island Blue Ice Cream. Um,
It's pretty good.
it's pretty good. We love all the quirky stuff that parks have to offer. Obviously, the Chocolatier's been mentioned. Um, trying to think if there's any other.
I'm surprised Mike hasn't barged in with, have you tried the Skyline Chili at Kings Island? It's so good.
I thought about mentioning Tom and Cheed, but that's not a unique park experience. But I
Tom
do
and
eat
Cheese was
it.
good. That was the
I
first
do
time I
eat
had
it
that.
most times that I'm at Kings Island.
That was fire.
Alex, I have to actually, because you're bringing up like things that have a personality. Did you have like the pickles at Disneyland, or like the peach rings with the chamoy and things like that?
So I'm not a hot dog eater, but Allison did have a corn dog. Um, I know,
Mm.
and I'm also not a huge pickle guy, so I didn't have a pickle. Um,
Yeah, pickles are
but
good.
Allison did have the corn dog. She said it was the best corn dog of her life.
Yeah.
Um, we obviously had plenty of churros, and those churros at Disneyland are obviously amazing. Um, also, speaking of immersion again, the milk at Galaxy's Edge, um,
Mmm.
especially if you're at Disney World and it's a 90-degree day, you get
Yep.
that little bit of fruitiness and the little ice chunks that you get.
All right, real quick, green or blue?
Blue.
Dude.
Can I say Black Calf? Because ever since Black Calves came out, I haven't had blue or green milk
Okay.
in so long. The answer is Black Calf.
I would have said green.
I
Have
have
you
not.
even?
So
I was gonna say I didn't think you hadn't yet.
I
no.
do remember that I prefer one without the alcohol and the other with the alcohol.
I've actually
So,
never had it with alcohol.
yeah, they give you like two options for alcohol for each one, I think, and I don't know, but I think I remember that one of them, when you add the alcohol, I end up liking it more. So I don't remember.
And
That
Black
makes sense.
then another one that I want to bring up where the food is, I don't want to say bad, but it's just like solid food, but it's the theming that matters is Pizza Planet in Tomorrowland at Disneyland. The fact that you can go to Disneyland and eat at Pizza Planet, childhood dream lived. They got all the aliens everywhere. Perfect.
We'll say Studios probably has the worst food of the four parks at Disney World.
The grilled cheese at Woody's Lunchbox Cafe is also really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so actually, Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
Hands
Magic
down,
Kingdom. That's
Magic
true.
Kingdom has the
This is
worst.
actually going to bring up the next topic is a Magic Kingdom restaurant.
Oh, Magic Kingdom hands down has the worst food, especially now that they got rid of the original chicken and waffles from Sleepy Hollow. That used to be like the only thing worth eating in that park.
Yeah, that's right.
And the egg rolls, and now they changed it, and it's terrible. So, okay, that was my rant. Sorry.
I mean, it's a perfect segue into our next little segment of how much do things like location and theming impact your viewpoint about a restaurant? So, like, would you go back for mediocre food quality if the theming and the immersion of a place is absolutely incredible?
So I was gonna bring up Be Our Guest at Magic Kingdom.
Exactly my exact thought. Go for
First
it.
time I walked in there, I'm like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. Just like you're in the ballroom, you get the West Wing, it's phenomenal. And like my first meal there, I don't remember hating it. I think I had a steak. I did like the gray stuff dessert. That was really good, but I wasn't blown away.
Was it delicious?
Ask the dishes. That's the line, right? Anyway,
Something like that.
um, I think my answer to this question: would I go back for mediocre food if the theming was great? I think I'd go back a second time, especially if it was with someone that hadn't been there yet. But after that, probably not. Especially usually if a restaurant is well themed and the rest of the park is well themed as well. So it's not like I'm going to be missing out on theming that day. I still would probably pick what I think would be the best food, even if the theming isn't the best in the park. But that's just me personally.
I think if I were to answer that question, I think I would. Depends on, are there good reviews of that restaurant that maybe I just came on a bad day. Um, I know that there's restaurants that I've had really good experiences at that other people haven't, and I would hate for that person to miss out on a really good experience just because they had one bad one, especially if it is immersive.
Yeah, my one that I put, like, I went to Mythos a couple years ago with Mikhail, um, and just the food quality was not great. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just what I ordered, but like the portion size also felt really small for the price, so I didn't get the value of it. But it was absolutely gorgeous in there. I would definitely go back and give it another shot and try something different on the menu. But yeah, I kind of agree with Bryant. We're like, give it a second shot, see if it improves your thoughts on it, and after that, I'm like, I'll just go somewhere else.
That's the restaurant I was referring to. The Couscous Bowl is the one I would recommend there.
I cannot remember what I had. I might be able to go back in my phone and find a picture of it whenever
Actually,
I want.
never stepped inside of there.
Yeah, so for me, and anyone who has heard me go on my rants or talk to me about Disney World food, like you would um probably know this is going to be my answer. An experience almost never will make it more worth it to me. You'll hear me a million times over some of the most popular Disney restaurants that are all about like theming and immersion and things like that. I'll suggest against them almost always because their food is mediocre. Where if you go somewhere less themed, you're gonna get significantly better food. Um, and I am like the poster child of like don't go here, go there. Like Chef Mickey's is a huge one. People are all like, we have to go to Chef Mickey's because the monorail and everything, and you're in the middle of the contemporary, and it's the most amazing place ever. Like the food is awful in the world of Disney buffets. Never go there. Like it's so bad. Please go to like beaches, not beaches and cream. Cape May Cafe at like Beach Club. Like there are so many better buffet options. So for me, and then Be Our Guest is another one I think of. I've gone twice. Both times it was good, but it wasn't good.
Yeah,
Like it
six
wasn't
out of
something
10.
that I would go out of my way to go to again, even though the experience was absolutely unreal. So
That's something I've noticed is if a park has a really well known experience, usually the food quality takes a bit of a hit because they're known for the experience rather than the actual food. So I think when
yeah.
you're trying to decide to go to that restaurant, do you really care about having the experience or do you want the food is kind of the option I would weigh.
It's like when your pizza place just has the generic like Italian pizza box and doesn't have their actual store name on it. That's when you know it's going to be good.
Yeah, Be Our Guest. I will give a shout out to like the guest service there. My one experience was Be Our Guest. I got a migraine like as we were waiting for our table, and by the time we sat down, it was like full blown. I was nauseous and crying at the
Ooh.
table. I was hoping it would go away, and I ordered food and did not eat a bite of it. And they did not charge us for it. And then the Beast character that you get to meet during Be Our Guest came over to the table to check on me.
Oh.
So I cannot tell you about the food experience there, but guest service was great.
So guest service at Disney is unlike anything else,
Yeah.
and I tell this story all of the time, and it never like isn't funny to me. um I know it's not food, it's alcohol, but on my 21st birthday, like I went to Disney for my 21st birthday. Like I had not really drank at all before then, so I was trying everything new for the first time, and I went to Edison at Disney, and the bartender recommended a mule, and I was still in this mindset of like, you don't waste alcohol. So he recommended a mule, and he gives it to me, and he could like tell that I don't like it. And I was like, no, 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 like it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna drink it. Like I don't want to waste it. Like whatever. I drank the whole entire thing, and then he proceeded to make me a new drink and take the mule off my bill because he's like, I literally watched you suffer through that and hate every sip of it. Like, and it was like, I think of that all the time. The experience, yeah. The guest experience at some of those places are unmatched.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like food also tends to taste better or worse depending on your service experience too.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're going to be a little bit meaner if your experience is bad.
Because I thought of Rainforest Cafe as like the theming being over the top, but I don't know. It's been ironically, I'm going to a Rainforest Cafe in a couple weeks for the first time in like decades, so I'm intrigued to see how the food is.
Mm, no.
Listen, we're going to the one. So I'm going on the Coaster Cruise at the Coaster Studios in a few weeks, and it's out of Galveston, Texas. This Rainforest Cafe actually has like a rapids ride in it.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Are you
Yeah.
gonna take Rapids ride?
Yes. So I'm actually very, very intrigued what the hell that's about.
All right, well,
That'll be
then it's
fun.
worth it.
You get a ride.
Would you eat bad food and be happy and recommend it for a Rapids ride in the restaurant?
Find out in next month on the Inverted Creative Podcast.
Is it Dorney's Rapids?
Oh God,
Yeah,
I hope not. He
but
walks
that
so
does
to your table.
also though bring up another good like example of experience. Oh, so I don't know. This one actually might be one of the few experiences that contradicts what I was going to say. Blue Bayou at Disneyland is not my favorite food. Um, I was not a huge fan of it at all both times I went. And I strictly only went because you get to watch the Pirates ride go around you in that restaurant. Um, so I guess 99% of the time I'll always recommend the food over the experience, but in that unique experience,
I
the
mean,
experience
I have that literally listed in our next little segment about creative dining experiences and like what's the most creative dining experience you've encountered at a park. Piraten in Batavia goes through a restaurant. I did not eat at the restaurant, but I meant to. I just never did. We had too much else to do. But yeah, the ending of Piraten in Batavia literally just goes through the middle of a restaurant. So you're sitting here watching all the restaurant goers while they eat, and they're all staring at you as you float by.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens on Pirates too at Disneyland. It's such a fun experience. The last time that I ate there though, guys, there was like a 4 point something magnitude earthquake and we had no idea. We had no clue. We sat in the restaurant. We were like, "Oh, Pirates is down." Weird. Most of the time we were and like everything at Disneyland, Taylor was texting me like, "Did you feel the earthquake?" And I was like, "No. There was an earthquake." So,
Trying to think of restaurants or places that we haven't mentioned already. I'm thinking of what's the place in Living with the Land that rotates and you can see part of Living with the Land.
oh,
The-
ah,
Something
Garden Grill.
maybe, yeah.
Garden Grill sounds
Not
right.
Garden Grill.
That could be wrong.
Yeah, Garden Grill.
Garden Grill, yeah. That's up there.
That's a really good example of one
Now,
that's cool
this
experience.
isn't food, and Megan and I, we just didn't have time to do it. But you at Parc Astérix in France, you can get a drink on this like elevator contraption that actually takes like it's like a bar in the
Oh, it's like
sky.
the sky bar thing, right?
Yeah, it goes up like over 100 feet, and like your feet are dangling while you're having a drink.
I
We,
really want to do that.
we were really bummed that we ran out of time for it, but
We have Park
yeah,
Asterix on our list for next year, and I don't think we're gonna have time for that, which is really sad.
you're the one thing I hate about Europe is their short hours. It's
Yeah.
the worst.
Have any of you all ever done Space 220 at Epcot?
I have not.
I've done the lounge, so that was one I was thinking as well. Yeah.
I think they have like a simulated like rocket ship elevator thing before you go into the restaurant.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
220 is like how many miles in the sky it's supposed to
Okay.
be.
Yeah, and they put you into like an elevator to go in, and you get to see like a blast off to the station. Pretty cool. It's like, yeah, it's a pretty cool experience.
And then I've heard about Adrenaline at Europa. It's like right next to Kronosar. It's very like they don't allow cameras in it or something like that. And I guess this is something we need to ask Joey about more. But the website described it as a unique multi-sensory fine dining experience which combines multimedia content with the finest culinary craft and sends you on a sensory culinary journey. It's some kind of like trackless dark ride mixed with a restaurant, supposedly.
I did see this.
It's also
I
very
did see this.
expensive.
I really want to do it. It seems wild.
Put that one on the list.
Yeah, you need to go do that instead of Josephina's. Go do Eternal.
Josephine's.
Whatever it is. Okay.
Josephine's, thank you
I'm
very
even
much.
correct.
Sorry.
I'm even
Also,
correcting you now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, do that instead of your boat beer ride, and then
what?
report back.
I do really want to do it. I did look, but though, and it's like crazy expensive, as I would think. But oh, another good one. They don't do it anymore post COVID, but so I just keep going to Walt Disney World. At
As
one
you
point
should.
in time, Walt Disney World did like a dining in the sky experience, and they took one of the monorails, and you could like reserve one
Oh,
of
that's
the
cool.
like tables in the monorail, and they would take you to each resort, and it was like you got food from like their signature restaurant at each resort.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I would have been all about that.
I did really want to do
Yeah.
it, but then COVID happened.
I feel like we mentioned all these Disney places, and there's still something we forgot.
Oh, always.
There's,
Like
there's
there's
just
multiple Disney experiences
yeah, it's
that I could
crazy.
talk about.
I've never done the drive-in thing at studios. I've always wondered how that was.
Yeah, I've
Like
not.
emulates a drive-in movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not either because I've heard the food is awful.
There we go.
I've heard not great things from Allison's family.
I've
There's
heard
a,
the food is terrible. So
there's a restaurant at the boardwalk at Disney, and I can't Trattoria, I think.
oh, Trattoria, yeah.
I did
California.
the Tangled breakfast there, and they had like pastries that were like the shape of the Corona. I think it's Corona sun,
Yeah,
whatever the Kingdom of Corona, the sun there, and it was just like the best pastry I've had in my life, and I want to go back just for that. But also because I love Tangled and I cried when I met Rapunzel. So
yeah. I don't think they brought that breakfast back post COVID either. Um, unless they brought it back more recently, but yeah, I don't think they brought that breakfast back post COVID either. That used to be my every time I went to Disney, I would go to that breakfast. It was my favorite.
that was a good one. Trader, I keep wanting to say Trader Joe's, Trader Sam's.
Mm.
They ruined me with the 2 shots of rum. And anytime I make a drink and I say 2 shots of rum, and everyone looks at me really weird. So it's kind
Oh
of
yeah, the whole entire experience at Trader Sam's, like it ruins me for any bar.
Yeah,
Like I
I
just want to
agree.
have that
It's
much
so
fun.
good. Man,
Yeah,
we could just have like a second episode talking about just food at Disney specifically.
yeah. It's so hard to not talk about Disney this
Yeah,
in depth um on a subject like this cuz they just do it unlike anyone else.
they really do.
Then obviously the last one is just the going around the world and being able to try various beverages and
Yeah,
um,
drinking around the world, even doing like the monorail bar crawl.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a lot of fun. We
Yeah,
need to have like an episode about alcohol, creativity with alcohol.
oh my gosh, there's so many creative things to be
Mhm.
done with alcohol.
It just
It is
opens a
insane.
whole new realm for us to talk about.
I know I really tried not to talk about alcohol that much all episode, but cuz there are some really good alcohol experience like themed experiences. Um one that came to mind was like Abracadabra at the
Mhm.
boardwalk at
Yep.
Disney. They have like a drink that turns colors when they pour it. Um just very cool experiences.
Lapu Lapu's at Polynesian. Drink out of a pineapple with a 151 in it. That's tasty.
Yeah, they also have the back sketcha. Back sketcha? Um Yeah, there's just so many good.
I know you're not a food and wine person, but I love just pairing a drink with a bevy and having a grand old time going around Epcot.
Yeah, my food and wine is just give me a Riesling wine and food and I'm happy. I don't really do any kind of wine pairings. I don't like red wines. I'm like just give me a Riesling.
Give me a Riesling. What
Brian,
a life.
Bryant, you left and we started talking about alcohol. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I should probably drink less alcohol anyway. So
We're saying we need like a whole episode at some point just talking about creativity with like bars
booze.
and bars, booze, alcohol.
We won't even need a guest for that one. We have Jen. So
What is that supposed to mean?
All right, last comment I have on here before we get into listener comments. Bryant, you said something about an hour and a half episode.
yeah, well, we got to wrap up in 7 minutes, and that's not going to happen. So
No, it is not. But Jen, I know with your experience with gluten-free dining, what has been like your best culinary experiences of gluten-free plus immersion and theming and all that? I worded that
Well,
weird, but I think you got the gist.
yeah, so this is gonna again, it's gonna come down to Disney. Um in parks so far with my gluten-free experiences, um most parks outside Disney don't have a ton. Maybe a gluten-free pizza, gluten-free chicken tenders. Barbecue is usually pretty gluten-free, and Mexican food is usually pretty gluten-free, but not a lot of like very good experiences. Um, However, Disney just does food allergies unlike anywhere else. Anywhere you go on Disney property, they make either a version of what's on their menu or have things similar that fit the theme, fit the menu, um, that is gluten free or gluten friendly. Um, Anything like churros, beignets. It's just unmatched. The Disney's always gonna do better with those things. Um, Grand Pavilion also does fantastic with gluten free food and options. They do really well with it. Um, but yeah, really Disney. Um, it's hard for I think it's hard for places outside of Disney where it's a little bit less of a concern to really think about how to fit the menu with the um restriction where Disney still puts in that effort. So, I hope that makes sense.
We should have just called this episode Disney food.
I
Yeah.
mean, we've
Mm,
mentioned some other parks.
Yeah, we did.
Hershey gets some love.
We can mention Dorney Park because I ordered a gluten-free pizza there and it was a gluten-free pizza. It was not very good. However, they gave me a full pizza. Like this was the size of my body on my dining plan. I could have fed like 6 people.
I just got to shout out Dorney for the spread they had at the Iron Menace Media Day, which was unbelievable.
I heard good things about those funnel cake shrimp.
Well, yes, thank you. I was trying to think of what it was. The funnel cake shrimp was
Is that
unbelievable.
the same funnel cake shrimp they have at Grand Pavilion?
Probably. It's Cedar Fair, right?
Yeah. Well, Six Flags,
There we
but
go.
yeah. Yeah,
Well,
that funnel cake shrimp is good. Also,
Yeah,
shout
they
out
do
to
good spreads.
Dorney had, like, I was getting some random something. I forget what I got to eat. I think it was like just a flatbread pizza, and they had pierogies as a side option, as part of the meal plan. That was kind of cool, unexpected.
Yeah, I do like there are like little. This is why I love Dorney Park so much because there are little like charming Lehigh Valley esque things that they'll do, like little things, and that's one of them. Like Lehigh Valley's pretty known for their pierogies, so offering pierogies is something that's like, yeah,
I think we should also bring up. I like when parks have like local delicacies.
Yeah.
One that I thought of was the Valley Fair. It's that what's it called? The Juicy Burger or something that has like the cheese within the
Juicy Lucy?
patty.
oh,
Juicy Lucy.
Juicy Lucy. Yeah,
I
that
haven't
was
even
really
been there
good.
yet, but
Yeah,
Obviously,
I
you get
know.
Kings Island with Skyline Chili. That's probably a worse example. But
I'll
And
shout out my home park. Indiana Beach has the pork tenderloins with the big ol' tenderloins. It's the Indiana staple.
really?
did you tell me to get that? I had that, right?
Yeah, you didn't get it fried though, which was disappointing. It's like the tiny little bun with a big ol' piece of pork, and it's hilarious and delicious.
Oh, I'm sure there are other examples, but
we could talk for literal hours
that's a good point. Very good.
about culinary experiences. All right, getting on to listener questions and comments. I don't think we actually had any questions. We only had comments. Alex, do you want to read the first one on there? It might look a little familiar to you.
Yeah, let me scroll up here.
I think he basically already read this.
Yeah, honestly though.
But we need to, since Mrs. Knott's chicken dinner is so good, my favorite culinary experience I think was that. I love that it's actually a full meal with salad, soup, biscuits, chicken, and boysenberry pie. Every component is delicious, and it's the reason why Knott's got started in the first place.
Yes, that was Alex's comment on our
Quite
call
literally.
for responses before we got him on the
I
podcast.
sound
Allison
like Jen
and I,
talking about Talon.
Allison and
Yeah.
I had that together, I believe. I believe you were right across from me.
That's right.
Memory serves correct.
I remember Mike eating corn while we were there, and that's like my only
Good
memory.
corn.
I remember we waited a while for that. We had
We
like
did, yes.
10 or 12 of us or something at one
Yeah.
table.
All right,
All
we
right.
have a comment from West. They say Ohana. We haven't mentioned Ohana yet,
Yeah.
or Mythos.
Ohana.
Ohana was probably the more special because of the Polynesian theming, the ukulele, and singing in the background with fireworks behind Magic Kingdom. Yes, because you can walk out on the beach at the Polynesian and watch. I almost called it Fantasy in the Sky. Jeez. Oh my god, I can't think of it. What's it
Ever
called?
after.
Happily Ever After. My god.
It still wishes to me. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
go outside and watch Wishes.
Wishes was great too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'm still Happily Ever After Stan.
Wrong.
Yeah, if you can time it when you're at Ohana
Mhm.
facing like the Magic Kingdom view when the
Oh.
fireworks start, it's perfection. We lucked out with that when I was there.
Incredible.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
be the
know.
odd one out. I'm not an Ohana fan.
See, it's my wife's favorite all-time Disney restaurant, but for the breakfast, and she
Okay.
loved the Stitch juice.
Oh, so she loved the Pog juice just with a different name.
Oh, I gotta shout out the. This is more when I was a kid. The character meet and greet at Grand Floridian. That was a good brunch. I don't know if they
Was
still have that.
that the
Oh, 1900 Park Fair with like
1900 Park, yes.
Oh, that one is a
Yes.
fantastic one.
Really, really good brunch.
I'm obsessed over the strawberry soup that they had. So good.
Yeah,
And
I
also the
forgot about that
characters
one.
were
It's really good.
characters were great. I went there right after I had gotten engaged, and I have a fabulous picture with Drizella. Just sad that she doesn't have a ring. But anyway,
I have a picture of Minnie like I gotta not get in trouble here. Let's just say she's kissing me pretty vigorously when I was like 8.
what?
Okay.
I'll share that picture too. I'll text my mom like it's that was at the Grand Floridian. She went all in.
Goodness.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. All right,
That
we
was
got.
like 1996, so it's been a little bit.
Oh my goodness. Oh wait, I'm not even the youngest on here anymore.
Nope.
Ugh, what
No,
the heck?
Alex is a child.
So now he can say worse, but I was just gonna let you know that that was the year I was born, and you took that.
I wasn't born yet.
Well, that means Jen turns 30 next year. Ooh,
Yes.
so old.
Yes. It's fine.
Yeah, right.
Everything's fine.
We'll have
Okay.
a party.
Next we have Keith. He said the gimmick fries of Kenny and Lego aside, everything else to talk about is at Disney World. But Europe, okay, the beer is cheaper and more interesting.
So Disney World, what should we talk about from Disney World?
I don't think we've talked
Yeah.
about Disney World like at
I
all.
think Disney World had food.
Disney
mean, you
World
can't-
is food?
You kind of predicted the podcast. Everything else to talk about is at Disney World. There you go.
I thought about putting that literally just
That's the
before
episode
we
title.
start talking.
Except we do have to give his shout out for the Kennywood fries. They are so good.
I mean, the Legoland fries are good too. Or they're I forget what they are. Like
Aren't
fried
they apple fries?
apple? Yeah. And then
I
like
think
you can
I
get like
tried
a
them
caramel
too,
sauce
and
or
like
something.
yeah.
I gotta get to Legoland. It's not that far away from me. It's just so expensive.
Yeah.
I've never been to one.
I've done the one in Florida.
I really loved the little like mini the mini world or whatever they call it. Where everything was like built out of the Legos. Oh, I
Yeah.
loved it. I could have just sat there all day watching things.
I'm going to Legoland in UK. That'll be fun.
They have roller coasters over there, like good roller coasters though, right?
You have roller coasters there?
Oh, maybe not. The
Oh.
one in Germany
I'm
has
kidding.
a wing
They have like
coaster.
they have like 5 of the UK one. They just opened a racing one.
Do they
The
have
one-
good ones though? Like the one in Florida has some, but they're like little tiny kiddie rides.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't even remember what they have, but they do have roller coasters. Otherwise, we wouldn't be going, in all honesty. All right, Cpred. Not sure if it was the best one, but a memorable one would be at Hershey at the Chocolatier during Super Duper Stumble. Just being there together with the group after the park day was a great experience. They have unique things there that make it different than other places. I was there during that dinner. We took over like 3 tables because there were so
Yeah.
many of us all eating a chocolatier at the same time and just having a good time.
But we should mention the Ferris wheel, of appetizers.
Yes,
That's a
the corn dip is god tier.
Mhm.
So good. I
Although
wish I could do that on its own.
I wish they actually spun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chocolatier is special. Like Chocolatier and then Toothsome, just using chocolate in unique ways. And I know Chocolatier does it really, really well. Like every single entree has some kind of hint of chocolate that you wouldn't expect.
Chocolatier, honestly, like bats with some of the best Disney restaurants.
Yeah, we should have
agree.
talked about it more honestly today, but
Also into the like gaming element of it, the chocolatier having the layouts of the 4 coasters in the lights from the ceiling is like my favorite. Like I do also like that they use like the old comic inspired boots and things like that, but the layouts of the 4 or 5 rides from the ceiling is like my favorite thing about that restaurant.
There's just a lot of really cool details when you look closely.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is still considered the chocolatier, but the bakery on the first floor is incredible.
Milton's, I think.
What is it?
Maybe. I think it's called Milton's.
Oh, maybe.
Um,
That makes
it's
sense.
like, yeah,
They,
like a bakery. I just had a cupcake from there.
yeah, they have such a wide selection. I know they had like their own little Wildcats Revenge like cake last
Yeah,
year or 2 years ago
their stuff's
now, I guess.
fantastic, and they have fudge, and oh, yeah, their stuff's fantastic.
The rooftop bar right there is really fun too. Great views of Sky Rush.
I've actually never been up there.
I had a mocktail. It was a little Wildcats Revenge mocktail because I didn't feel like drinking that day.
I
Can we
did have
just say they need a rooftop bar at the American Pavilion? Like that's like the most American thing they can do.
true. That would be sick.
Back to Disney. It always goes back to Disney.
Always goes
Always
back
back
to
to
Disney.
Disney.
All right, we have Hawk Vanderlei. I've heard the tale of the gray ham at Cedar Point. I have not. Have you guys?
I have no idea what that means.
No.
I question everything Nathaniel says. I think this might be the brain damage.
Too many Magnum rides.
That might be the brain damage.
Literally.
Yeah,
What is this?
Nathaniel, if you're
Oh, we
listening,
should get him on as the fourth person for the Coaster Madness because he's all about that. And I'm sure
Oh
he'll
my
have some
gosh.
takes.
I want Nathaniel all the time. He's so funny.
Here we go. Nathaniel, you're invited for that one.
let us know when you want to join.
Sometime in February.
Next one's a long one.
It
was
was Lom.
to write up.
He wrote us a little book. Well, he says the two parks that I've eaten at most recently are Six Flags Magic Mountain and Islands of Adventure. Magic Mountain had one decent vegetarian option, the Impossible Burger, at the Full Throttle Bar. I've actually been to the Full Throttle Bar. That's where we watched the Super Bowl,
Oh
where
yeah.
the Chiefs beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
No, that's a lie. Go Birds.
That happened then. Service and food were unfortunately not great. I had a good time at the Full Throttle Bar, but then again, we didn't really we were there for like 4 hours, so hard to judge the service there. I just remember Tom looking like the most miserable person ever, and then he ended up winning in the end.
Yeah, watching Tom and Kelly that day was fun. I'm
That's
glad
true. That was a great
that was
a great test, and they passed it. You want to read it? We should each read one paragraph from Nick.
I said, Universal Studios Orlando had amazing options, quality, and affordability. The highlights were Hot Dog Hall of Fame vegan dog and Three Broomsticks vegan shepherd's pie. Both tasted amazing. Views of Velocicoaster from Three Broomsticks outside were impeccable. I also got my food so quick during peak lunch. That's very true about the views from there.
Yeah, I forgot about Three Broomsticks. It's actually pretty good. I've eaten there once.
I ate there for the first time this year, or well, I guess last year, and yeah, it's so good.
Leaky Cauldron too. Fish and chips at both restaurants are so good.
I know I ate at Three Broomsticks, but I have no recollection of what I got. Zero.
I think I got like
juice too.
I spilled a drink all over Steven, and we had our robes on, and we had to go back to the hotel and have our robes dry cleaned. But aside from that,
there's no spell for that? Come on.
Well, listen.
Mumble.
I got picked at Ollivanders for wand choosing. I was happy. That was all I needed.
Well, apparently that wand didn't work for cleaning your robe. Ollivander's losing it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
January his last one.
Yeah, so this one, I don't splurge on food at parks, so I'm looking for under $20 usually. That Three Broomsticks meal was maybe the best I've had for that price between taste, environment, and food service. The best overall meal I've had was probably Ohana, but that was 12 years ago.
Another mention for Ohana.
Ohana. Put it on the list.
Means family.
It does indeed. All right, we have All Clear and Out of Here. Gotta say, the meatloaf burger at Kings Island. It tastes great. Limited time menu item, only available during Winterfest. It's in the brew house, which is a nice escape from the cold weather. A winning combo. That does sound delicious.
That sounds
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah.
I did not have that at all. Whenever I go to brew house, I'm always boring and I get a salad. But that's just because I love their KI salad that they have there. It has like feta and cranberry and onions on it, and a really good balsamic vinaigrette.
That sounds good.
I've never had anything bad at the brew house, so I'm sure that is good as well.
Our most recent experience there was not great, but that was only because like one of the computers messed up and our orders never actually went to the kitchen, and we waited for like 45 minutes.
Yikes.
And there was a whole issue with that. But so like half of our group ate, and then they were just sitting and waiting for us.
Gonna say, I hope everyone's not listening to this podcast around now, which is 9:40 p.m. because I am now absolutely starving after this conversation.
I'm so hungry, even though I
And it's
ate
not
dinner.
good to be hungry this late.
I hope this episode makes everyone want to go eat.
Yes.
Food.
You guys should have ate. You guys should have held up the recording while eating French fries. Come on.
That did happen with Jen. Yes, she.
We watched her attempt to eat French fries before recording for like a solid half hour.
We're doing great, guys.
Jen, you could read the last one from our friend Laurel.
Oh, Laurel XL200.
Laurel Klein.
She said, I'm not sure if it was just because the AC blasting on a hot Orlando day or what, but Mythos at Islands of Adventure was probably the best theme park meal I've ever had. Followed closely, of course, by Backbeat Barbecue, the best place to scan a meal plan at Cedar Point in between Magnum lamps.
Just
Lamp?
crapped on Allison. It's like,
What?
she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Gotta get that couscous.
Oh,
bowl.
Mythos.
Yeah, Mythos.
Listen,
Without
I
even knowing it.
assume it was just a bad day. I would go back just to try something else.
I want to try that restaurant. That's on my list. I've wanted to try that for a while.
One
It's
thing
really
I like
pretty,
about
man.
Mythos is they have a lot of lighter. Obviously, it's Mediterranean, so it's a lot of lighter food. That's nice to not have something super heavy.
That makes sense.
And then
One of these days I'll try it out.
Also really good.
Backbeat Barbecue is so good.
I do miss when they first opened. They used to have like different barbecue sauce options from like different barbecue regions, like they had a Carolina barbecue and a bunch of different types.
Really?
But unfortunately, that does not exist anymore. So that's sad. But
I did enjoy my meal at Melt when it was there at Cedar Point back in
Melt is good.
2018. And they removed it.
I remember eating at Melt. It was like a super cold and rainy day, and just the warmth of like I think I had like some kind of mac and cheese, and just it brought me back to life that day.
Yeah, they had really good like grilled cheeses, I think.
Oh man, I miss the Mac Bowl at King's Dominion, where you can like build your own mac and cheese or whatever.
I've heard about that.
I devoured my mac and cheese there. It was so good. I don't even remember what I had, but
I'm shocked they got rid of that.
We could go on and on about just good food experiences, but
Yeah.
we have been rambling for an hour 45 now. And I think Brian's just about to fall asleep.
I have been up since 4 a.m. So to be fair, actually earlier than that because I woke up at like it was. So usually my alarm goes off at 4 a.m. And this morning was one of those like, oh, I woke up at 3:30, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna go back to bed. So let's just get up now. So yeah, I'm ready for the sleeps.
Well, first, do you have a trivia question for us?
Oh crap! No, I don't.
Well, actually,
What the heck?
I was worried about remembering if I had the answer for the last one that I forgot to think of one. Listen, I blame Coaster Studios. I was hosting their trivia for Patreon the last 5 days. So...
Okay, guys, I have a trivia question for
you guys can think of one.
Go for it.
All right. I don't.
Alex, you're a trivia guy. You have to think of a food one.
Okay, I actually don't have a food one, but since we're talking about Disney, I
Oh,
have
boy.
I have a interesting Disney question. So which is larger? The entire Disneyland California resort, so both Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure, or Magic Kingdom?
Ooh, okay.
So let us
Yeah,
know.
Throw it out there.
you got a 50-50 shot.
We should have lots of participants because you just have to guess.
Literally,
Also,
right?
Disney one. People come out of the woodworks for Disney.
Also, people have to listen through an hour and 45 minutes of us just talking about
Just to
food
get here.
without like pausing to go get a meal.
I know, right? Well, I'm glad we're back, guys. Thank you for your patience. But I think we're gonna be delivering a few more consistent episodes the next few weeks. So
I don't know. We got to talk about that at some point
we'll
too.
make it work. We'll make it work.
Because Bryant has a trip coming up. Jen has a trip coming up. I got nothing. So I'll be.
Maybe just maybe instead of 1 2-hour episode, we just do 2 1-hour episodes, and we get two at the same time.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Figure it out. This will be good practice for like this summer when like all of us are on ridiculous trips
Yeah, that's a good
and
point.
our schedules are not going to align in the least.
No, we'll make it work though. That's what we do.
We will.
We're creative.
Indeed, we are.
Are we?
It's in
Wow.
the name.
We're creative and inverted and a podcast.
Wow.
Well, well, Alex, thank you so much for coming on as our fourth chair tonight, adding
Yeah.
your delightful insights.
Do you want to shout out your social medias? And then, I mean, we'll link them in the episode description as well. But
Yeah, so my food, and I guess now that I'm doing a top 25 on my Instagram channel, my channel is Rides and Bites. And yeah, I just do food reviews and I'll do some coaster stuff as well. Mostly just kind of a hobby channel. But if one person can get some information out of it, that's always a pleasure. So yeah, if you want to learn more about some food, go follow that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for having me on. It's always a pleasure. This is an amazing podcast, and I can't wait to see what you guys do in the future.
oh, thank you.
You're the best, Alex. Even if I make fun of you sometimes for your football takes.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys. Or day, whenever you're listening to this.
Go Birds.